Hi guys. So today I want to talk about how by not making a choice, you've made a choice already. All right. By being silent, you've already spoken volumes. Like by your non-participation, you've already participated in doing nothing basically. All right. So I want us to look at a scripture which is in Matthew. It's chapter 12 verses 36 to 37. And the scripture reads as so: But I tell you that everyone will have to give an account on the day of judgment for every empty word they have spoken. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. In as much as the Bible is referring, or it's a manual, or it's always teaching children that are already accepted, have already accepted Christ, it is also a book for people, general people, because everybody was created by God. All right. So when you are now living by the Bible, it's very important for you to make sure that you are acquainted with the word. You actually live and breathe the word. So that's why, like, in as much as it's one book, you can't be like, oh no, I've read the whole Bible, so I'm fine. Because the Bible, it's the living word. And so every day it's forever changing, every day it's forever reflecting new things, because he is a big God. He's a God that you can't complete. You can't say you know God. You can't say you've finished knowing God. Every day there's something new to know about God. And so I want to just start with this scripture and say that our words are very important. You might say that you are not an influencer, but I'm telling you that there is somebody that you are influencing, even if it's one person. Even if it's that child next door who's 5 years old, who's 7 years old, that kid is somehow looking at you and is looking at you to do good, and is looking at you to do God, and is looking at you to do God progressing things, kingdom progressing things. And so if you're gonna be a person that's like, I didn't force anyone to do this. This is my lifestyle. I live for myself. Nobody has to copy me. You're lying. Whatever you are doing for a whole generation. There's like one person represents a whole generation. A whole generation can be influenced by you, because one child might be looking at you and copying what you are doing, and then that child in the next generation that is after you, they would be a big replica of you. So it's very important that you watch the way that you carry yourself, you watch the choices that you make, and the way that you associate with people and who you associate with. There's so much happening in this world that people are now being led astray by what's being popular, by what's bringing in more money, that people are now sacrificing their values, people are sacrificing their their morals just to be the most influential. But which kingdom are you influencing people to follow? Yes, you do have money, you do have accolades, you do have everything that everybody else wants, but what kingdom are you pushing the agenda for? Who is being glorified at the end of, after people have seen what you are doing, after people have heard you? Who is being glorified? Because if you are glorifying yourself, if you are glorifying money, if you are glorifying anything else, then it means you are glorifying the world. So I want us to just there's another scripture I want us to look at. The scripture I want us to look at, it's in Matthew chapter 18, and it is verses 3. All right. So here Jesus is teaching, and he's saying that, and he said, that's quoting what Jesus was saying. Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. All right. So verse 4 says, therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me. All right. So the scripture is going before a scripture where the disciples were asking Jesus, is like they were asking who is the greatest in heaven, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, and Jesus is just saying it's a child. And it's a child because a child is able to have faith. A child is able to believe. A child is can still be changed, can still be influenced, can still be molded. So if you are as a parent then now, you are not saved. It's fine, you are not saved. But then you can't be now exposing your children to content that is not going to make them. Like, okay, I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, and then they were like, there are children who grow up, they are portraying, um, they're portraying characteristics of being like a different gender. So like if I was a kid and then I'd be portraying characteristics of a boy, like I'd be just hanging around boys, and I grew up with boys, actually, funny enough. And I did have an episode where I was lesbianish. I was going through the phase. I think, yes, I did have quite a few encounters with girls, and I would actually make out with them. Like it would just be happening, and then I'd be left like just unaware of what's happening. And after I got saved, God just he just showed me like I shouldn't be confused about myself. Like the spirit of confusion was completely elevated from my life, and I was saved by that, from that actually. So my friend was asking me like, what do you say about those children that just after they're born, and they when they're 5, they're 6, they just portraying such characteristics. And there's I was listening to a sermon by Apostle Orokpo, Michael Orokpo, and he was like, if you are going to be, whatever you are doing now, it's going to be manifested in the generation after you. So, for instance, if you are somebody who low key adores the same gender, like low key, you just like you hiding it, like, and you are not praying about it, you are not even saved, you are not praying about it, you are just low key doing it, you are just doing it under the carpet, like low key stalking other people that are your gender, low key just like, because even when you are exposed to pornography, even the apostle did say that if you are exposed to pornography, watching two people have sexual intercourse that are the same gender, or even if they're not the same gender, it means that you are literally just watching the person that's your gender have sexual intercourse, meaning that you are watching pornographic, homophobic content. So meaning that you will then, even if you are not practicing it, but the fact that you enjoy watching it, it's manifesting in you. Everything is spiritual, guys. It's manifesting in you. Your generation after you, they will have those traits, and it will be something that's like, it's he was born with it. There's nothing that just happens, guys. Everything that is happening now was thought of. Everything that is was already thought of. Everything, it was first a thought. That's why even in the Bible it does say that there's a scripture that says that I will make even your thoughts come to pass, your deepest desires. Let me look for the scripture now and just share it. The scripture, yes, it's in Ephesians chapter 3, and it's verse 20. It's saying, now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work in us. And so it just clearly states and shows that your thoughts also do come to pass. Your thoughts are prayers. And so if you are not saved, even if you are saved, guard your thought processing. Guard your thought patterns. You are representing a whole generation. Don't live in this selfish mentality of thinking that it's about you. It's only you. You. No, it's not you. It's God.